Hello, my name's Kayla and this is Cinnamon the Score Bunny, and today we're going to be looking at the most recent Pokemon Legends Arceus trailers, the Japanese one, the one that's 13 minutes of gameplay, and this other one that's like really short. We're going to be looking at some hidden details in this trailer as well as speculating on a few things that we're not 100% sure about yet, but the trailers seem to be hinting at some interesting things, so I just want to make sure we mention that. Okay, so starting off, we're going to be talking a little bit about the map and the world. So this is something that I've been thinking a lot, but I don't think I've heard anybody actually talk about it. So the first area of the game in Pokemon Legends Arceus is called the Obsidian Fieldlands. Obsidian implies a volcano nearby because obsidian is the black rock that comes from a volcano, but the biggest mountain around is Mount Coronet. The actual volcano in Sinnoh is like really far away. So like, did Mount Coronet used to be a volcano? That seems to be implying that it did. Next thing, and you guys are gonna be like, whoa, how did I not notice this? The three kids shown here and the girl that's standing by this tree are actually in the map art. Like, they're right here. That's so crazy. In this shot, we can see what's probably like an early version of Snow Point Village. Most people speculated that this would exist, but it's cool to actually see it. I'm wondering if this is where Irida is from, and if so, I hope she has a coat because oh boy, is she gonna freeze in the cold. On the left side of this tunnel, there's these little hieroglyphic marks. They remind me a little bit of the unknown letters, but they don't match up well with that, so I don't think that's what they are. However, this could potentially be alluding to some sort of puzzle that we have to solve. At least I hope it is, because I love those kind of puzzles that you have to kind of like decode and figure out, so hopefully that's what it is. I talked about this in another video, but Pokemon Legends is not really open world. We see a shot here where the player goes to leave Jubilife Village and selects which area they're traveling to, rather than actually just seamlessly walking into that area. This isn't new information, but I wanted to make sure I mention this because I know there's been a lot of talk about it. So if you guys are interested, you can always check out my other video where I talk about this in more depth. Here we see some of the early quests that we're going to complete. It's separated into missions, which are more story-based and don't necessarily focus on a specific Pokemon, and requests, which tend to be more Pokemon based, and you can kind of do them in any order. It's not really like a linear story kind of thing. Missions are indicated by these little white target symbol things, and we can see that because the player has one active mission, there's one of those white target things right at the top of the screen. If you want to advance the story quickly, you're going to mostly want to look for those. The dark blue targets are the requests. You'll notice that there's only 2 of those dark blue symbols on the map. This is because one of the quests that is unfinished is in Jubilife Village, which is not in this area of the map. This also shows us that we can catch Wurmple in Deer Track Path, and we can catch Weasel in that little island down at the bottom. On to the different Pokemon. First thing to note is that there are a lot of Pokemon animations. Like, there's animations for running around, for sleeping, there's idle animations. I'm wondering how many animations will be available to each individual Pokemon. Seems kind of insane, but also amazing. I especially like this Luxio animation where it's sleeping, standing up, because Luxio's Pokédex entries say that it's able to communicate through its feet, through electricity. So I don't know if that would work with the ground, but it seems like it might be kind of a reference to that, to have its paws on the ground while it's sleeping. I included these clips because these show some early game Pokemon. If you're the type of person who wants to plan out which Pokemon are going to be on your team, I would highly recommend going through these clips and seeing which Pokemon are going to be available to you early on to help you plan out who you might have at the beginning of the game. I personally am super excited that Eevee is one of the Pokemon shown to be available early on because, speaking of Eevee, oh my gosh, it's so cute! Like, I can't.
2 hours later.
Okay, but other thing about this clip, we see tall grass on the right side. Now, this might just be for the player sneaking around, but I feel like it also might be a reference to tall grass in the classic style Pokemon games where Pokemon can kind of sneak out and attack you. It might be that there's Pokemon hiding in that tall grass that are gonna kind of pop out at us, but we won't see them until we go into the tall grass. But like, we haven't seen any clips confirming that, so I think that's probably just gonna be my personal hope and speculation. I don't think it's actually gonna be the way the game works, but like, that would be very cool. In this clip, we see a Baneri walking through water, which is very unexpected because up until this point, water Pokemon were really the only ones that would actually go into the water. So to see a normal type Pokemon in the water is very strange, but also very exciting. I wonder what other Pokemon are going to be able to walk through the water. Like, it would be very strange if fire types were able to do that. So are they going to code what Pokemon walk in water? And also, are they going to code like how deep they can go? Could like some Pokemon walk in deeper water if they're taller? I don't know. Here we see an Alpha Crobat in a cave, which is notable in my opinion because Crobat is a friendship evolution, so interesting to see him in the wild. Also, it makes me wonder if there's gonna be a whole bunch of Zubats in the cave and we're just gonna get swarmed like we do in like regular Pokemon games, because since the trainer can faint, imagine you're taken out by like a whole bunch of Zubats. Like, scary! Let's talk next about the Pokemon on our team and how we can interact with them. I don't think we have following Pokemon confirmed yet, which is a little bit concerning, but the fact that we see Oshawott here doing an animation when it seems like the trainer is talking to it makes me think that following Pokemon might be in this game. So everybody cross your fingers and hope that that is the case. I also love that Pokemon have different actions that they can help with, where you can kind of throw them out and they do almost what would be considered HM moves in the wild. In Pokemon BDSP, it was always the same couple Pokemon that were doing the HM actions, and they weren't even the ones on your team. Like, they weren't your Pokemon. It was always kind of depressing, as opposed to it being your actual Pokemon that were helping you out. So the fact that we can do that for so many other things without needing to use HM slots is amazing. In this clip, we see the trading post, and I think it is very likely that this is the location where we'll be able to get Pokemon eggs. Right now, with what we know, it seems like it's going to be very difficult to complete our Pokédex without eggs, especially since there's going to be no breeding in this game. But if we have access to eggs through the trading post, this will make it possible for us to do things like get all of the different starters, which is something that I was concerned wasn't going to be possible. The main reason why I think this is the area where we'll get eggs is because Togepi is the symbol on the banner. A bit of Pokemon history: Togepi was the first Pokemon to be revealed to hatch from an egg. Misty carried around an egg that hatched into Togepi. It was this new Pokemon. It was very exciting. Nobody knew what was going on. And it's the egg Pokemon. It is. So the fact that there's an egg on this banner makes it very likely that this is where we get eggs. Also, I'm pretty sure we can even see an egg on the left side of the trading post. So yeah, pretty much eggs confirmed, trading post. On to the player character. So in Team Galaxy, there's going to be rankings based on your Pokédex. These are going to be represented by stars, as we can see here in this clip. One thing to note is that this is very similar to the structure of Team Galactic in the future. I made a whole video about that you guys should definitely check out. But the only difference here is that your rank can't go down, it looks like, whereas in Team Galactic in the future, your rank goes up and down all the time. So Team Galaxy is probably more stable than Team Galactic. Very curious about what is going to cause the instability in the future. Like, is it just Cyrus? Is it all Cyrus's fault? It might just be Cyrus's fault. One thing I'm wondering about is how we know that Pokemon can be healed in this game, but can the trainer also heal since they take damage? Like, will we be able to eat certain items and maybe not be as hurt and survive longer in battle? I don't know. I also really want to know how the item loss system is going to work. One way this could work is by percentages. So let's say you have 10 Pokeballs, and whenever you black out, you lose half of them, then you would lose 5 Pokeballs. If you blacked out again, you'd lose 2, etc., etc. Using this system would prevent you from losing items that you only have 1 of, like potentially the Master Ball if it's in this game, so very important. And it would also discourage you from carrying around too many items in your pockets at once. But what do you think? Is it going to be random? Is it going to be percentage based? Let me know in the comments. And I hope we can customize our trainer's quarters and help Professor Laventon clean, because oh boy, his room is a mess. Those are some of the interesting details that I noticed in these trailers. I didn't focus at all on battle mechanics. I might make another video completely about battle mechanics because there was just too much to talk about. I will be live streaming Pokemon Legends Arceus right here on my channel, so if you guys want to see me actually play the game, oh, I'm so excited, it's so soon, make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss that. Leave a like on this video if it gave you something to think about. Also, can you guys tell how excited I am for this game? Because I'm like jumping out of my seat this entire video. Anyways, have a great day, everybody. Bye.